Okay, stop the madness. People don't want to learn from some big time guru. Your ideal clients want to learn from you, and chances are they are waiting for you. In this video, I'm going to talk about why high ticket is the way to go for pretty much anybody that's in the information space that's wanting to get to six figures the fastest, and why it is for you and they don't want to learn from some guru. Did you know that first graders can teach better, or second graders can teach first graders better than their teacher? In this video, I'm going to talk about why that is and how to position yourself as the go-to expert in your area of expertise. So for those of you that don't know me, I'm Jana Nixa, the Authentic Sales Coach. I am all about helping coaches, consultants, and service-based entrepreneurs create high-ticket offers that sell, and then going about helping them map out a simple sales process to convert more clients to convert more leads into clients. Okay, now that we got all that out. So let's talk about this. I am so glad and pleased to have one of my very favorite things back here. And we're going to talk about why it's all about the descension model as opposed to the ascension model as it relates to high ticket. Okay. And then we're going to get in why you absolutely can do high ticket and don't sell yourself short, because chances are that's what you're doing. And chances are that's not why you're not making more money and why you're not further along than you thought you would be by now. Okay. So the ascension model, this is what most people teach, right? It's like, sell the low ticket thing and build up and build up and build up. And one day you'll be worthy enough of the high ticket thing. Okay. The problem with doing it in this way is there's a lot of skill sets involved and tech and pieces to this that make it so much more difficult, especially as a solopreneur. Okay. Because not only do you have to become like a copywriting ninja and a landing page builder and a video editor and a content creator, viral, blottity, you have to know, you have to have a ton of people in your space to make this work, right? Because how many $97 things do you have to sell to get to a 10K month? Now, let's look at the reverse, the descension model. That is all about doing your high ticket offer first. Okay. And if you're keeping up and you're a good math person like I am, you have a 10K offer or a 5K offer. How many people does it take to get to $100,000? That's right. 10 people, 20 people. So now all of a sudden this all drops away. You don't need millions of followers. You don't even need hundreds of thousands of followers. People who are doing this with less than 1,000 followers. Okay. You only need 10 to 20 people per year to say yes. Okay. So you're with me. Now you start here, you start to create that income, you generate, then you hire people to build out into the lower ticket space to support you. I have a team that helps me, and it's so much easier. When I tried to do all of this on my own, I could barely keep my head above water, much less be a good mom and all the other pieces, forget going on vacation. So what I'm trying to do here is set you free. I'm also trying to show you a model to do so. And now let's talk about why you don't have to be a guru to sell high ticket. Okay. Chances are you got into this space because you have a genius zone, you have a skill set, you have some sort of training certification that makes you good at what you do, right? You can deliver results. So what do you think is going to deliver results for somebody better? It's playing down here in the low ticket space or working closely with somebody? You got it. Ding, ding, ding. And chances are, I work with a lot of conscious entrepreneurs, a lot of heart-centered entrepreneurs, and all they want to do is serve. All they want to do is transform lives. They don't want to build landing pages and write copy. And so this space has got you spinning out with too much on your plate when really you just want to own your genius, step into your CEO and go pro with a high ticket offer. And so this is where I see people get stuck. This is where I see people get successful because it's only a couple of skill sets here versus a ton of skill sets over here. And so if you already have something that you know is impactful, which everybody I work with does, then what you owe it to yourself to put it out there at the high ticket level. Listen, the gurus, it's millions of dollars to work with a guru at this level. Okay, first of all. Second of all, if you recall, what I said before is second graders teach first graders better than their teacher. So what does that mean? The gurus they can't feel into where your client is right now as closely as you are because you're so much closer to maybe the transformation. Maybe you healed or went through what they're going through just maybe a few years ago versus some guru that's decades ago. So they're totally out of touch. I like to think of it like climbing a mountain. Like, do you want somebody that's climbed to the top a couple of years ago to try to guide you up? Or do you want somebody that's just 20 feet ahead of you to tell you like where all the pitfalls are? So don't sell yourself short. Okay. So my goal of this video is that you're now thinking, you know what? You're right, Jana. I do have a high ticket offer in me. And I do feel like I can help people at the highest level because this is where so much of the magic happens. This is where you get to see clients in up close and personal and watch the transformation in real time because it's beautiful and it is. So how do you get over the no experience anxiety is by truly owning your genius. So the first thing I would do is say, write down all the stuff you've done, the certifications, maybe it's experience in a job, whatever it is that makes you an expert at what you do, all the books you've read, the courses you've taken, like all of the things, add it all up. How many years, how many dollars have you invested in yourself and the knowledge about this particular topic? Okay. You are a pro in your own right. It's really just time for you to own it. Okay. So the next thing I want to say is if you really want to stand out in a crowded market, especially, it's about how you position that expertise. Okay. Everybody's always talking about niching down, niching down, niching down, but I think it's more about specializing. Okay. So how can you specialize in what you do? You're the go-to person for this particular XYZ thing, because that is going to start to magnetize those people to you. So it's not so much like the demographics of the person that you help, so much as it is like what makes you the expert on this particular thing and why. And when you can really clearly communicate that effectively so that your ideal client can see, you know what? I think Jana's really the one. She's the only one that can actually help me with this. That's how you stand out from everybody else. Okay. So how do we communicate this? The most important way for people to really understand what you do and why it's unique and why it's effective is to understand them first. And this is a part that a lot of people miss. They want to go like, hey, look at how great I am. This is all that I can do. And they speak all in technobabble world and PhD level, and their ideal clients at like a second grade level, and everything's missed. Like all their brilliance is missed. And so the best way to really communicate this and be effective at your positioning is to ask them questions. Understand them first. Seek to understand, then to be understood. Because the one who obsesses and understands their ideal client's problems, not just at the surface, but even the deeper down pieces of it, is the one who wins. Okay? It's not how fancy you can talk. It's how, people buy when they understand, not when they understand how brilliant you are. Okay? So when you ask these questions and then you fully understand them, then you can repeat that back to them. And when people are like, you're checking in and you're making sure that they're picking, that you're picking up what they're laying down, That's that piece about being seen, heard, and validated. And that's so powerful. And I know it gets talked about, but are you doing it? Especially on a sales call or even in a one-to-many presentation. Like how much are you involving? How much of it is a dialogue versus a monologue? Because so much people get when they're in fear, they just ramble and do all of these things and they forget to ask, to seek to understand. Because the most important thing when it comes to creating high ticket offers is to figure out what they want and give it to them. So that's a big gap that I see. So how much are you selling the offer that you want to sell versus the one they want to buy? And those look on the outside very, very different. So this is, really hopefully from this video, you're seeing like that you can do high ticket, that you do have it in you. And now really all you need is to create that high ticket offer and go about learning how to communicate about it effectively. So you are in luck. I want you to check out the description below because we have a challenge coming up where we're going to talk about exactly that. Everything from going pro, your high ticket energy, all the way through, like, where do we find these leads that purchase high ticket? Let me be clear. High ticket leads are created, they're not found. Okay, so they're in your audience right now. They're just waiting for you to elevate to the point where it's something that they are actually willing to invest their time and energy into. Yes, it's true. So we're going to talk all about that and then bring you through what a simple sales process and high ticket. Hint, it doesn't look like all of this, so that you can start enrolling clients consistently, systematically, in a predictable way, so that you can finally start to see some of that ease and just efficiency in your business. Because I know you're an action taker. I know you're doing all the things. I know the type of people I work with and who I attract. And it's not that it's not working. It's just that you're focused on the pieces that you don't need to be focused on when you really need to focus on the things that we're going to be going through in this challenge. So check out the link below. And if you're serious about this and you really do want to level up this year in your business, I know of no better way to do this. Go VIP. Okay. You're going to get so much more time with Sophie and I. You're going to get so much more of your questions answered, get feedback, and all of the things you're going to need to really go out there and sell and enroll high ticket clients consistently. So check out the link in the description for all the information, and we'll see you soon. Bye for now.